So welcome to our February membership check-in, the month of love. I hope that you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day and got to be with someone or individuals around you that care about you and that value you. And if you did not get that opportunity, I would just share our appreciation, admiration for you as colleagues and members as well. So thank you for joining us this morning. And we are in a little bit of a warm spell in Michigan. I'm okay with it. I know some of our colleagues that love the snow and love wintertime are not so happy with the winter that we're having, but I'm okay with it. I think this weather could just continue on going forward. But good morning and welcome to our membership check-in. If you want to go ahead and say hello in the chat, it's always great to see everybody and where you're from and make that connection. And then I wanted to open it up if there's any MACAE members that this is their first check-in. And if it is your first check-in, you're welcome to say hello in the chat, or if you'd like to unmute and say hello and introduce yourself, you could go ahead and do that. So do we have anyone that's attending the check-in for the first time this month?
My name is Mariah. I'm from the Refugee Development Center. First check-in.
Great. Thank you, Mariah. Any others?
Hey, I'm Chad Gibbs. I'm from Michigan Works Southeast. First check-in.
Thank you, Chad. Any others? All right. Well, welcome, Chad and Mariah, to the community and to the network. We do these monthly check-ins to give information out to everyone. And again, we're recording today's session and all of the materials will be available for everyone as well. So thank you for being here. I did also want to start, it's not an easy place to start, but I wanted to mark and acknowledge the horrific events that have happened this week on the Michigan State University campus. I know that those of us that live in the greater Lansing area certainly have felt kind of that impact, and those of us that have children that are attending the university, I send my thoughts out to you, and we all are thinking of you, friends and colleagues who worked there, and just fans and just Michiganders in general, caring about what has happened. So I wonder if we could also start with a few seconds of silence to commemorate the victims lost and to honor their lives, and to really think holistically about what we can do in our spaces to change policy that will really make our communities safer, and to encourage that we're supporting the mental health of that community there as they continue forward, and to really make a stand and say that this cannot continue to happen. So please join me in just a few seconds of silence here and take that time to think about that reflection on your own. Thank you for that. You know, it weighs very heavy, I think, on all of us, those of us that may be parents, and the unimaginable thinking about your children and the sending them to a safe place, and then realizing that that may not be a safe place for them, and we should not have to have that worry or concern. And so together we will continue to support the MSU community. I know that we will continue to do our job, and you do not hear me say this lightly as a Michigan fan, but today I'll say go green in support of Michigan State and the horrific events that have happened there in the East Lansing community. So our thoughts are with that space right now. And I know it's difficult to move forward and to think about news or important things happening, but I do think that in these times and in this space, what we can do best is do our work and honor and go forward and do the best that we can to serve marginalized populations. And that is how I view my contribution to this landscape in this space. That's what keeps me going and moving forward when we have these horrific things that happen. It's hard to process sometimes. And so what I'd like to do keeping what we just reflected on in mind, but also channeling our energies into action and to positive things and good change, is I'd like to open it up if any association members have any announcements that they'd like to share. Anything going on in your programs, new events being planned, anything that you'd like to share out for the greater good, you can put it into the chat or go ahead right now and unmute and you can share. Would anyone like to share any news happening in your program? No one has any exciting things happening. I just can't believe it. So I'm going to wait a few seconds longer.
All right, I got something, Patrick.
All right, you go ahead.
I just think it's so nice when you can have a group of people that you've hired that can all work together and build capacity and share leadership and show results in our testing, our post-testing CASAS. So I'm really excited this year for my ESL program. And I just want to say that with those 4 staff, I'm really blessed to have, independent, shared power. I mean, they're just doing such a good job working together. So that's a good thing. So I'm looking forward to getting back our post-test rates up high and having some good results from our ESL students. So that's my share out. Thanks a lot.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. We could not do it without the teams that are around us. So it's so important that we honor them. So thank you for sharing that. I see Belinda's hand is up and then I see others and we'll go down the list. So Belinda, good to see you.
Hello. Good. Hi. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to share that here at Southwest Solutions, we are going to be celebrating on Friday the cohort 8 HVAC and electrical participants. These participants are from low-income families who have decided to make a change in their lives by attending this 14-week program, which consists of applied math, financial coaching, their training in HVAC and electrical, as well as work readiness. It was my first time actually being in front of a class, teaching work readiness, learning about them. They were learning about me. We shared stories. We've learned a lot about communication. We learned about resume writing, skill-based resume writing, encouraging them, providing them with, just good thoughts that they can go home and share with their families. And we've got a lot of positive feedback, and I'm so proud of them. So that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you. That's fantastic, Belinda. Thank you for sharing that. Marcus.
Yeah, good morning from Literacy Center, West Michigan. And this has been an encouraging year for us. We're, as all of you know, the number of people in our state who could benefit from our services is far greater than our capacity to serve them. So we've been excited to see our numbers of participants grow, but also to see some new opportunities to provide a increased variety of programs. So we're in the process. We received a grant from Spectrum Healthier Communities to do some health literacy training and programming to help people navigate medical care and doctor's visits in hospital systems and all of that. And literacy is a barrier to that. So we're in the process of hiring a coordinator to oversee that. And we're excited to be able to step into that space because we just know that literacy is that functional need. So it's nice to feel. We always know there's a lot of work to do, more work we could do. Funding is often the barrier. So to have both the resources and the opportunity is a real gift to us. So
Thank you, Marcus. Michael, I see you are next with your hand up.
Thank you, Patrick. Good morning from Kalamazoo Literacy Council in Kalamazoo, Michigan. We are pleased that our partnership with Western Michigan University, they have assigned us for this semester what they call a faculty in residence. His name is Dr. Joseph Kredovic. He works with their adult ed program, how to teach people who are teaching in adult ed. So he has joined our faculty. And we also have from the Western Michigan University Osher Lifelong Learning Institute for the first time, one of their classes being taught in our adult education and training program in partnership with Goodwill, a class from Western Michigan University taught to adult learners and residents so that they can add some additional support for their learning toward their adult education goals. And the final bit, we just completed our tutor training, and for the first time in our history, one of our current learners completed the tutor training and is now a practicing tutor for the Kalamazoo Literacy Council. So we're very happy for that. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Wonderful news. Thank you, Michael. Brianne, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, and my timing is perfect to follow Michael. I just wanted to share in December, I went to the National Leadership Educators Institute and presented on adult education with the goal of presenting to four-year institutions to think about how do they engage in their community with their adult ed population, and then challenging us to think about that everyone at all levels is worthy of leadership education. So it was a small group, but it went well.
Fantastic. Thank you for being such a great representative and advocate. We appreciate that. It's wonderful. Any other news? I see Brian Puffer put something into the chat. Brian, do you want to share?
Sure. We just have our annual spring craft show coming up next month. It's a huge fundraiser for all of our student groups that work the show. It's not as large as our November one if you've been to it, but we still get between 3,000 and 4,000 people that show up to it. So anybody's interested or wants to go or wants VIP passes to the show, just email me. I'll send them out your way. Gets you to the show free anytime during the day, but it also gets you to show an hour before it opens to the general public.
Thank you, Brian.
That's
It's
it.
always a great event. I liken it to, if anyone has ever seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the movie where he's trying to find the toy like right before Christmas, and all the parents are standing outside and the doors are locked until 8 o'clock, and people are just trying to get in there. And then when Brian opens that door at 8 o'clock, people just come streaming in. So that's why every time I go to the craft show, I always think about that. This is Jingle All the Way, and Brian is Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to corral the crowd and keep them all together. So, but it's a great event. I think he put the link in the chat, in the chat, and we'll certainly send that information out too. But it's a great event and a great fundraiser for Sling Community Ed too. Any other students? Sarah's sharing that they're getting more and more students coming through the door, which is great. The sunshiny, nice weather helps. Any other updates from anyone? Yeah, Kim, go ahead.
Oh, okay, great. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say that over a year ago, we started our parent literacy and multi-gen with our adult education and training program. So we offer free childcare on site when our learners are learning. And we have increased our numbers tremendously with our parents, as well as all the way down to the little scholars that are in the room. So we're up over, serving over 100 individuals on a regular basis now. And I think it's just awesome.
That's fantastic. And that approach of serving the whole family, Kim, is obviously critical, and we need evidence-based practices like that. So thank you for kind of pioneering that, being in that space to collect that data too. So thank you. Mariah?
It kind of follows directly what she was just saying. We are also doing all family programming and finding it to be incredibly successful. And it makes room for us to do some mental health work as well, because we have the whole family. So we're doing yoga, well, we have childcare, and we have tutoring, for the kids in schools. And it's just been really great to see the whole family walk through the door and feel so connected as they're all improving their lives, and it helps with that inverted balance we see oftentimes with our newcomers that come in, and the kids learn the language so much faster than their parents, and they lose their ability to connect. And now they have like a mutual activity. So we're excited.
Yeah, we have to be reminded, Mariah, of our impact really sometimes on the whole family that we touch in some way, whether we're providing services for the children and helping out their parents or vice versa. Those are the really proud moments that we need to just reflect on, that our programming is making a really important impact in our community in many different ways. So thank you for sharing that. Any other updates?
Patrick, I just wanted to say add one thing on there.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I didn't say it initially. Our parent literacy program would not be what it is without the partnership that we have with the Kalamazoo Literacy Council. Without them, we would not have as many individuals enrolled in the program and working together. So it's a great fit here at Goodwill with the Kalamazoo Literacy Council.
That is great. And you saved yourself, Kim, from having to buy Michael a coffee the next time you see him.
I know.
I'm sure he
Thank you.
appreciates that. And I'm sure he'll say the same thing, reciprocated to you about the partnership. So thank you for sharing that. Well, thank you all for sharing that. So I wanted to share, I always share kind of a funny or inspirational kind of food for thought, something to think about. And I wanted to share this video clip from I Love Lucy, one of my favorite TV shows. I just think it's hilarious. And I think Lucille Ball, the question when they ask if you would invite someone dead or alive to dinner, Lucille Ball would be on my list. But what I want you to think about as you're watching this is that sometimes we need to step into other people's shoes and other people's places to better understand where they're coming from. Sometimes that works to our great success in helping us to move forward.
Patrick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Patrick, you're getting cut out. We can't, you're breaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try to turn off my video. Maybe that will help. Thank you, EO. Is it better now? Can you hear me now?